Hey everyone, just want to go over a few things from last week and then also discuss the final project a little bit. So last week we looked at dashboard scorecards, etc., and how we might use that information to just examine um, what's going on in our organization, but also to benchmark ourselves against others. So some good thoughts there on those topics. And then obviously we had our written assignment from last week to develop that mock scorecard or dashboard and give us some information about it. So I look forward to taking a look at those. So for this coming week, we're kind of transitioning from I guess probably the more business side of operations to looking at how we can really use data and predictive analytics in the clinical side of healthcare. So we're going to look a little bit at precision medicine. Some folks call it systems medicine, and kind of take a look at that, how that's growing in our industry. So some really good thoughts in the handouts and videos that you have to watch for this week. So interesting stuff. We've already talked a little bit about kind of some of the fears related to it in other classes, and then kind of learned a little bit more about predictive analytics overall. But we have a lot more to look at this week. So we have our discussion this week, which is how look for a case study, find a case study on how you can use predictive analytics in some way. The one that I've chosen just as an example, there's Quest Diagnostics offers a product called Blueprint for Athletes. I have a good friend who is a cyclocross racer who is involved in the Blueprint for Athletes program, and it's not just for professional athletes. She's an amateur athlete. It's for anyone. Where they run blood tests, they do surveys, they gather data, and it is to help you to determine how to better fuel yourself, how to, different workout strategies and whatnot, based on your genetic makeup and your kind of your social determinants of health overall. So we're looking for those types of uses of predictive analytics, but not just that type of a commercial thing. It can be there's all sorts of stuff out there. So I look forward to seeing what types of case studies, examples that you can find to share. And then we do have a reflection paper this week as well. Remember, even in a reflection paper, if you're citing information from an external source, please make sure that you're using your in-text citations and appropriate APA format when doing those types of assignments. So let's talk a little bit about the final project. It's due in week 7, so the end of next week, and you're going to be working in groups. There's 5 groups, and the group is going to develop an analytics strategy. So you'll want to determine what type of an organization you are. So you might be a hospital, you might be a home health agency, you might be a physician practice, you might be a payer, etc. And so you want to figure out what you are first, and then figure out how you want to use data. So might be on just a single project, it might be an overall data analytics strategy for your organization, etc. We've talked about obviously lots of different uses for data throughout the course. So you're going to want to choose something that would be appropriate. I've had a couple of folks reach out already with some questions, so that's why I wanted to address it a little bit. Open this up. So this is in the classroom. This I got from, let me go back to the classroom. If you go to your readings and resources page for week 7, it's this data analytics strategy template. And that's what we have here. Now, I'm not looking for you to just take this document and fill it in. What I'm looking for a paper, a comprehensive paper on this topic, but this will give you the ideas of the sections that you want to include, what it is that you want to talk about in your strategy, what types of things, questions that you might want to ask yourself as you're doing this project. The big thing that I want to caution people of is that we're looking at a data strategy. So, for example, you may decide that you want to use data to do a quality improvement project for hand washing. Well, you can certainly dig down to that level and use that as a project for you. But what we're talking about, we're not creating a process improvement project. We're creating the data side of it. So although you can talk about the problem of infection control related to poor hand washing, what you're going to want to talk about throughout your document is not how you're going to fix the hand washing problem, but how you're going to use data. So, so we're looking at, what is, let me scroll down here a little bit, who's involved in this strategy, where are you going to get the data? Where are the data sources? How, what is the quality of that data? Who owns that data? Who monitors it, etc. So, so you want to talk about the data pieces and not about how you're going to fix the problem of hand washing. So I would caution you to be sure that you're really focusing on data and not, because obviously it's a data analytics course, and not on, it'll be easy to default to creating a business case or creating a process improvement strategy. That's not what we're looking to do. We're looking to put in place a new strategy for the use of data and analytics in our organization. So that would be the one thing I would caution you about. I know that I've had a couple people reach out with some ideas, and I think that even the hand washing idea, you could certainly do that, but again, just make sure you're staying focused on the data aspects. You can certainly talk, like at the beginning, here we talk about, well, I guess we'll probably go here, kind of the scope and, what is the strategy addressing, what are you trying to accomplish? Those types of things can talk about the problems that exist in a hand washing program or lack of one, those types of things. But when we get down here a little bit further, getting into the vision, the business context, those types of things, that's where we want to focus on how are we going to use data to do that, and not, okay, we're going to put in a bunch more sinks and we're going to put in a bunch more antibacterial hand wash things. That's not what we're looking for in this document. We're looking for how are you going to collect data, how are you going to make sure the data is accurate, etc. And then ultimately that could lead to a process improvement. So hopefully that makes sense. If I confused you further, let me know. I'm just hoping to kind of clear it up a little bit for you, because although you have until the end of next week to get it done, it'll be here before we know it. So if you have any other questions on that, please let me know. Otherwise, look forward to talking this week with everyone about predictive analytics and precision medicine. And as always, have any questions, just let me know. Thanks a lot.